Hello everyone, and welcome to the first update for this reading vlog. So, after finishing the Diviners last week, and once I finished the Diviners, I didn't have anything checked out from my library. Things had either expired or I had returned them, etc., etc. So I didn't have anything going on, and I had been talking to Jess and Brittany about starting a buddy read for Truth Witch. So I messaged them to see if they were available to start this soon, and we kind of decided to start it on today, Monday, like the next day. So that was really exciting because I've been wanting to read this and it just worked out perfectly. So I have gotten through our first day of pages, which is about 60 pages, and this is a reread for me, and I am really enjoying this. I'm actually really enjoying it, and I completely forgot so much about this book, even though I think this is my second time rereading it, so my third time reading it overall. It just has been a while since I've read the series, and this is validating my choice already that I needed to reread this before jumping into Witch Shadow and till we get to Witch Light, which is the last book coming out in the fall. So I'm really enjoying the characters. I love the way the magic works in this series, and I love our main characters. It is so fun to see them at this point in the book again. So overall, having a great time with this so far. I don't think I told you what this is about. So in this, we're following Safi, who is a truth witch. She can tell truth from lie with her magic, as well as Safi's best friend Isolde, who is a thread witch. So Isolde's power is to see the threads between people and their relationship to one another and their emotions through that. So it has a really interesting power as well. And we also have the perspective of Merrick, who is the prince of another kingdom, who is a wind witch. And all three of them are living in this country that is about to, well, Merrick is visiting, but they're in this area when a 20-year truce is about to expire, and the consequences of that is going to affect each one of them very differently. And that's kind of where we kick off this initial story. And Safi has to keep her power very, very secret because truth witches have not been seen for centuries, and they are very rare, like it was saying, and also people will want her for her power. So yeah, that's where we kick off the story. It's a really interesting read. I love the world building in this. Like I said, I love our characters. I'm really, really excited to jump back into this tomorrow. Then I also started half off Ragnarok by Seanan McGuire, which is the third book in the Encrypted series by Seanan McGuire, which I am buddy reading with another friend. And we decided to start this today as well. And I'm 2 chapters into this so far, and this is different because in this series we're following a family, the Price family, who they are not, so encryptids are like mythological creatures in America. It's a paranormal fantasy or a paranormal urban fantasy type story, and instead of being like encrypted hunters, they try to protect and preserve encryptids, whether they are humanoid or creature-like or whatever. And the first 2 books had one sibling's perspective, and now we've switched narrators to the brother. And I don't think I've read anything from Seanan McGuire that has, well, Tybalt was one of the narrators for a while, but this is the first book in a while that I've read from Seanan McGuire that has a male narrator. So this is an interesting change. I like it so far, and I'm excited to jump into it. This series really, really reminds me of the Edge series by Ilana Andrews, so it's fun to jump into that and have that parallel. I should have gotten more done today, but I ended up having like pretty much a rot day on TikTok. I was productive this morning. I filmed some videos, I got some stuff done, but then I took a nap in the afternoon, and after that I really just got sucked in by TikTok. So it was not the day I quite planned as far as getting books read, but sometimes that happens. So I'm excited. I'm actually kind of excited to go back to work tomorrow, which sounds crazy, I know. I'm not excited to go back to work. I'm excited to get back into my routine because it's just, I feel like I'm starting to have things just sort of come off the wheels because I don't have my routines anymore. So I just need a little bit of consistency back. So yeah, but I'm not excited about going back to work. It's going to be a hectic January and August are like my busy months, so for my job. So I am not ready for that. So I'm really not ready to go back to work. It's just like I said, I need some routine. I'm not hydrated enough. I never drink as much water at home as I do at work because I simply like have my water bottle on my desk at work and drink more, whereas at home I'm going all over the place. And like I don't know, it just totally throws me off when we've had this much routine disruption, which like I said, everybody needs rest and I'm enjoying the time off, but man, I do miss my routine. So I will be getting back into that and hopefully starting Babel tomorrow. I'm going to read a little bit more of Half Off Ragnarok before I go to bed because we don't have a set number of pages to read with this buddy read. We just kind of read and update each other as we go. So I'll probably read until I go to bed and then update my buddy. And I showed you the granny squares I made in my last vlog, and this is the pattern I tried this time. So this was the first one I made while watching the instructional video, and then this is the one I made when I did it once and then watched it a little less closely. So you can tell the pattern wasn't followed quite as well on the second try. So I think I have a bunch of this blue like baby yarn, so I think I'm gonna try to watch it and do it one more time. So, but that's probably like a tomorrow thing to try this one more time just to see how it goes, because I think the big problem with this one is that my stitches weren't consistent, because you can see how it's like more narrow at the top and wider at the bottom. So I think it got a little wonky as I was stitching. So anyway, that is my update for this evening, and I will talk to you all again soon. Hello everyone, and welcome to Thursday. So I am currently reading The Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I'm buddy reading this with Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading and Jess from the Hexed Library, and I'm loving my reread of this. I have read this I think twice before. I think I told you that, and it's just really interesting to see Dennard, the way she builds worlds and what she chooses to include in her worlds, and also like her characters really work for me. Like I just really enjoy the way her stories work, and this is so interesting because we're following 4 different perspectives and we're getting something different from each one. Like we're following politics more in one, where like each one of the characters is from a different area or a different culture or a different part of, has different magic than the others. Like these 4 characters are so entirely different, and it's so interesting to see how that is building the world for us and fleshing out things very easily and naturally, rather than always being a what's it called, info dump. So like it's very interesting to see how that's all building and everything. So I am really enjoying my reread of this. It's also, I think I'm reading it a little more critically this time because I'm talking to people about it. So I'm just have thoughts and kind of just catch things. And I also haven't reread this in a few years. So it's one of those things where I remember the major beats of the story, but I also am getting surprised by things because I don't remember them. So it's a little bit of a fun mixture of feelings right now. But I'm happy. I'm reading this in the evening, so one of my things I'm trying to do in 2025 is read more during the week, because I tend to read a lot on the weekends and read very minimally during the week. So buddy reads help with this because I have to keep up with it. But I also wanted to start Babel this week, and I also was interested in reading more of Godkiller, and I just haven't gotten to those because I am like doing other things in my life, like keeping up on my kitchen and trying to make sure things are like tidy around the house during the week and just taking care of things I have to take care of and such. So I'm trying to be more productive during the week, like in general. And so my brain is like, you're not reading enough, I think, because I normally read in such large chunks on the weekends, but I'm reading more because I'm reading during the week. Why are brains like this? Why are brains like this? So yeah, so I'm really happy that it's working so far. I also did this with the diviners last week, so I think I will have time to read more of my other 2 reads this weekend. But yes, I'm really, really enjoying Truth Witch, but that's the only update I have for you. So I will tell you more when I have read more, but for now, I have to go to work. Hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday. So I have read quite a chunk of Truth Witch today. I think I'm at the 75% mark. I'm at page 300 or so. So I'm almost done with this. I'm really hoping to finish this today and be done with the buddy read because I'll have to check if we're supposed to be done today. Might have to hold off and finish this tomorrow, but I am having a really good time rereading this. All of my points from before still stand, that I think each one of our characters does a really good job of helping us world build and advance the plot. I'm finding each one of the magics interesting all over again, and I'm just having a good time re-experiencing this book. It has been long enough that I forget enough of the plot that I keep getting surprised, which is really fun because I remember some big plot beats and I remember the characters, but you know, the main thread of the story I'm a little fuzzy on. So it's really nice to kind of be able to get surprised by this and experience things all over again. It's been long enough that there's surprises here. So this has been fun. I've also been reading Half Off Ragnarok by Shauna McGuire. I think I'm on chapter 4. I just finished chapter 4, and I feel like we've just reached the part where the main plot of the story is going to kick in. We spent these first 3 chapters getting to know our new protagonist, Alex, because the first 2 books were in his sister Verity's point of view, and now we've switched over to Alex, who I believe is her older brother. And Verity was a acrobat and a ballroom dancer who also she doesn't hunt cryptid. She investigated and worked with cryptids on the side, whereas Alex is a zookeeper who mainly does cryptid stuff. So the switch in narrators has been really interesting. I like Alex's voice a lot more, and his perspective is very interesting. I feel like we are getting more into the science-y side of cryptids and all of this family stuff, and we also get to see where our characters are post the other 2 books, which is really interesting. But we spent these first 3 or 4 chapters really setting up his character, setting up his life, introducing us to him and what his situation is. So it feels like a subsequent series a little bit, but it's all considered one series. So I'm having a good time with this. I like the way that Shauna McGuire structures her stories. Because I've read the entire Toby Day series from her, I sort of feel like I'm familiar enough with her writing style that I can pick up on what's important and sort of not worry. I know if she needs me to know it, I will get a repeat of it or it will get pointed out again. So I'm just slowly following this and really getting the details of it, but also it feels familiar and fun that I can kind of just relax and listen to it and not try to pick up on every single detail. Today has been a big cleaning energy day here at my house. I got up and sorted through paperwork. I vacuumed this entire floor of the house. I also did the wet mopping, and what else did I do? I meal prepped for the week. I also did some laundry and some vacuuming in tougher spots, stuff that doesn't get hit all the time. The big thing was sorting through the mail and the paperwork. That is something that I feel like I push off a lot, and I did a big organization, file things away, make sure things are where they should be moment. And I also got groceries. So it has been a very productive morning, very productive day. It's about to be 3:00. So I think I'm going to just relax now because I've done all of those things, and it's like I said, not the end of the day, but mid-afternoon. So I think I'm going to sit down, relax, do some bullet journal stuff, do some spreadsheet stuff, listen to my books, and kind of just chill out. And what I'm hoping to do is to annotate 2 chapters of God Killer and start Babel by R.F. Kuang. So that's kind of my plan, but I also have to edit a video for tomorrow. I think Margaret has some sprints starting here at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to join those to try and stay on task and keep going, because I am going to go see some friends tomorrow, so I don't have all of tomorrow to get things done. So that's the plan for now, and I will talk to you all again soon. Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday. So I have finished Truth Witch, which is exciting because I had such a good time reading this. I truly did forget so much about this book and all of the like essential pieces that Susan Dennard sets up throughout the book. So I had a great time reading this. I literally this morning I was making my eggs for breakfast, and I'm just like standing there and just a couple of tears leaked out because I'm listening to my audiobook as I'm doing it, and just some things at the end of this book really got me, and I was like crying making eggs. So obviously I had a great time. I think I originally rated this on Goodreads 4 stars, but that was before I did half stars, so I'm increasing my rating to 4.5 because truly this book is, the world building is so good, the plot is so good, the characters are so good. I just have a great time with this world. It works really well for me. However, I do remember, and I kind of felt this way even still on reread, that we kind of get thrown in with the witchery, and we kind of it takes a little while for you to really get your mind wrapped around all of the different types of witchery that are happening in this story. So while I had a great time, while I really enjoyed it, I do still have that little bit of like memory that this was a hard sell the first time, because it was a bit difficult to kind of dive headfirst into that world. Even so, great time. The vibes are great. The characters are great. I laughed. I cried. I had a good time. So I'm going to continue. I am not Truth. This is Truth Witch. Wind Witch is next. And I am like so ready to pick this up, but I'm gonna wait until February because I have a whole TBR over here, and I do want those things I'm also excited about. So I have read this. I'm gonna take notes to remember things. Then we're gonna move on to Wind Witch in February, and I'm really, really excited to do so. This is such a I'm gonna have to get some matching like covers of this series at some point, because I think I have the original Truth Witch, Wind Witch, and Sight Witch, and then I think Blood Witch only has one version. Witch Shadow also has the new version, but these are not the new version. And this doesn't match any of my other books because this is a floppy paperback edition that I found at the Strand years ago. It says it's an international edition, so I don't know how I got this. If I could get a version of this in all of my books, I would, because this is ideal to me. This is the ideal fantasy format to me because it's floppy and easy to carry. But the hardcovers are also gorgeous, but my cover is torn, so I'm gonna have to replace these first two at some point. Not replace. I will probably get just new copies and add to the collection because I love this series, but I would like it all to match at the end. Once the last book comes out and I know the covers are all going to be the same, we'll see. But yeah, that's a goal at some point. But so finished Truth Witch. I've also read some more of God Killer. Like I said, that's just going on in the background, and if you've been here for any length of time, you know I absolutely adore God Killer. So I am just really enjoying reading this like a chapter at a time and just listening and annotating this. It's just such a delight because I love picking up on all the little things that Canner is dropping for us throughout that book. And then this week my plan is to finish Half Off Ragnarok, which I'm 4 chapters in right now. I think I only have about 5 hours left on the audiobook, so I'm hoping in the first half of the week we can finish Half Off Ragnarok. And then I'm going to start a buddy read of A Natural History of Dragons with Krista from Books and Jams and Leandra from Leandra the TBR Zero. So I'm really, really excited about this. I can't wait to start it. I have the physical book, and was that an illustration? Hang on. Ooh. I didn't know this. There are illustrations. So very excited about this. And I'm also hoping to start Babbel this week so that I can have the vlog that it is a part of done by the end of the month, because I'd like to be done with that project. I'm kind of stretching it out unintentionally, but Babbel is very intimidating. So that won't be in the weekly vlogs, but that will be something coming to you soon. And I think that's all of my updates for now. I have plans today to go to a friend's house and hang out with friends, hopefully watch some of the Eagles game. It's playoff season, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, seeing good people, doing good things today, and then hopefully, and my job gets more intense next week, so I am hopefully going to get a lot of, like, what I'm hoping is to finish the books I've been reading for a while and get into like Babbel and this so that I am like into them before work picks up. That's the goal. We'll see if it happens, and you all will see this next Sunday. I keep getting my weeks in January mixed up. Something about January this year, I keep thinking we're already at the end of the month, when, like, I had the thought the other day that I have to film my TBR, and I absolutely do not have to film my TBR yet. I'm like, it's not time for that yet. So anyway, all right, that's my update for now. I will stop. I've been yapping at you for a little bit now. And that's my update. Hello everyone. A Pango order has just arrived, and I'm really excited because I have been looking for these books for a little while. I really wanted to get them secondhand because this is one of my favorite authors, but it's not necessarily one of my favorite series by them. And it is the Ilona Andrews, this is their Edge series. So I had the first book. This is the second book, second book, third book, fourth book. So I was really, really excited about that. These were super cheap, like a couple dollars a piece. And I was looking at the sellers thing, and they also had, which I have never seen, or like I have never seen, Faded Blades, which is a little like novella story. Like, look how tiny itty bitty this is. I've always wanted to get physical copies of these. And also the Kingsman universe, which I also have always wanted. So this one seller apparently did not get along with Ilona Andrews. I don't know, but their loss is my gain. And I'm really happy because I have been wanting to get these for a little while, but I kind of wanted to get them secondhand since I had already read them, and they weren't like top tier favorites of mine, but they were ones I wanted to complete my Ilona Andrews collection. So that was fun. That's my update for this afternoon. I just got home from work, so I don't have any other like bookish updates for you. I'm gonna watch The Sound of Music tonight. Probably won't get a lot of book reading done since that's a long movie, but I thought I'd show you my book mail. I'm very happy. Hello everyone. So I have just gotten back from a walk, so I am probably a little like flushed because it's very cold. It's not as cold as it has been though. It's at like freezing, so it's at like 32 rather than like 14 like we have been having. So I went on a little walk. I wanted to get out of the house a little bit this morning, and because we're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow, and then I work a lot this week, so I just kind of wanted to get out in the fresh air a bit. While I was doing that, I have been trying to read a bunch this morning because this week has been busy in different ways that I haven't been able to do my reading in the evenings plan like I had been. So I was listening to Half Off Ragnarok, and I'm listening to both of these on my Audible app, so I don't know where I am in the book exactly. I think I'm about a third of the way through Half Off Ragnarok now. and I'm really, really enjoying this. This is one of the Encrypted series by Shauna McGuire, and we're getting into the meat of the story. We were doing a little bit of a long introduction, probably till like the 25% mark, which was okay because, like I said, we were meeting a new character, like a new main character, his situation and everything. So I was fine with that. But now we're getting into the meat of the story, and I am more invested, so now I'm ready to like hit the ground running with that. Same pretty much with A Natural History of Dragons. I've kind of been slowly making my way through this throughout the week. I think I read up until chapter 6 throughout this week, and now this morning I read 3 chapters. So I am having, honestly, I'm having the best time with these 2 books. They are both up my street. They're both like urban type fantasy or like historical urban-ish fantasy. Like they're set in our world, but they have fantastical elements, both Encrypted and in this. So I'm having a fantastic time. Just fantastic. I absolutely love this book so far. And I'm really interested to keep going. I like the little detours we have. I like our narration style. So all good things so far. And I'm hoping to finish one of them today, if not both. I think I have like 3 hours left on each audiobook, so I could pretty much finish these today. I don't think I will. I don't want to race ahead too far in my buddy read with Leandra and Krista, but I might finish Half Off Ragnarok, and then I'd like to work seriously on either starting Babel or getting deeper into my annotation of Godkiller, because that is going on. Both of those things have been promised so many times in this vlog alone, and I haven't done them. So that's my update. Hello everyone. So it's Monday morning and I'm wrapping up this vlog for you. It's going to go up a day late. I kind of decided this yesterday. You're going to be getting like a little community post from me today because I'm hoping to put up 3 videos this week, because last week I didn't put up my Thursday video and now this video is a day late. I'm just sort of, I don't know, the end of last week I was feeling a little under the weather and just sort of not like making content. Like I wasn't sick, but I was just sort of worn out and tired, and I hadn't prepared very well. Like I am hoping to put out a buzzwordathon TBR, and I wanted to do that last week, but just when I filmed the video, it didn't come together the way I wanted. So I've refilmed it and hoped it will come together better the next thing you see from me. But anyway, so I just wasn't feeling like doing anything. I just was sort of worn down, tired a little bit, like I said, under the weather. So we're just going to kind of play catch up this week. And I didn't finish any of the books in this vlog that I was telling you about, so you'll have to see that in my next one. But yeah, I wish I had, because I'm feeling like all of these reads are feeling, well, not so much A Natural History of Dragons, but I'm feeling like I'm drawing out a lot of the reads that I'm reading right now, just because I'm just not doing it, not finishing them up. I feel like I personally feel like I'm juggling more books than I normally do, and I'm not. 3 books is not too much for me. I do that consistently, but for some reason right now I'm feeling like I'm juggling 15 reads when I'm not. So it's just kind of a weird space to be in right now. I don't know if it's the state of the world. I don't know if it's, like I said, I'm going to be busy in my job in this coming week. I don't know if it's just a personal thing, but I'm just sort of in a weird space right now with my reads. So I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, because I will probably finish Half Off Ragnarok today, but I'm just going to have to finish things here, start a new vlog today, and hopefully get re-energized by doing that. We'll see. But I am hoping to have some fun content for all of you this week, and I hope you can forgive me for not finishing more than just, I think I only finished Truth Witch in this vlog, and that feels like ages ago at this point. I think I haven't finished a book in like a week. So anyway, I have off today, so I'm hoping to get through a lot of admin tasks and have some fun stuff for you this week, like I said. But that is it for me today. If you have any thoughts or feelings or want to share anything about the books I talked about today, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I promise to finish more books when I see you next time. Bye.